Hi, Zeus here. I went on a 10 times win streak after converting from 3 engines to 4 engines. Along the way, I won my level 18 boss battle and rose up to number 80 on the US leaderboard and got onto the bottom of the global leaderboard. So, we're going to discuss the decisions I made with my tech tree, the combat techniques I used, and the base design decisions I made. All right, so I just got the last chest that I need to make the conversion that I want to make from 3 engines to 4 engines. And this is the tech tree that I've currently got. And my goal with this conversion was to open up both the critters and the troop damage node, because that's going to be really important to being successful in 4 engines. Now, if I had to do it all over again, I would not have opened up that gunboat energy node because I would have been able to get quicker to rocket launchers, and that seems to be pretty important in 4 engines. And then I'm going to max out the critters, and I only have the tokens to get to level 4 on the troop damage, but that should put me in a really good position to do well with 4 engines. Now, if I'd stayed in 4 engines, opening up that bullet node would have been critical. And going forward, I've got to open up the rocket chopper node, the amplifier node, and smoke and another defensive weapon node before getting to 5 engines. Other things that are important to opening up in the future are that level 5 of the boom cannon, level 5 of the shock, and the gunboat. All right, so let's get into some more combat, and let's see if I can do well with 4 engines. Okay, so this guy's got a concentrated base, and so I'm going to go in with Iron Will with 4 heavies and 4 Zookas, and I'm going to use the Iron Will as I'm going at the beginning there with the boom mines and the mines, because they seem to be pretty concentrated towards the front. I'm going to drop 2 heavies and 2 Zookas on the far left and 2 on the far right, and then they're going to come together. I'm going to use some critters there to take out some of the initial groups of mines there, another critter box to get some more of the mines. And as my troops are being hit across the board by all the concentrated weapons, first I'm using Iron Will, then some shocks, then some more Iron Will. And this will keep my heavies alive long enough to get deep into the base. I've got to save at least 1 more Iron Will for when I get down to the rest of those mines there. And this will hopefully keep most of my Zookas alive so that I can get through the rest of the base very quickly. Oops, lost a few on that boom mine, and that health pack was a little bit late. But we've beaten the base at this point. All that's left is good health pack there to make sure that when they run over, the Zookas run over that mine. Oof, lost a bunch. Anyhow, so now we just have a few Zookas left to take out that last engine, and the base goes down. All right, so we won. Sneaky bastard did not complete our base, and we rose up again back to level 17. And that's going to give us the last chest that we've got access to at the moment. So we just did the level 5 upgrade of troop damage, which should help us a little bit more. Okay, let's go back into combat. So this guy's got 4 boom cannons at a slant across his his base, and then there's a bunch of mines there in front of the boom cannons. So we're going to stick with our meta, the 4 heavies and the 4 Zookas. And we're going to put 2 heavies down to the right of the first 2 boom cannons on the left, and then 2 heavies immediately in front of each of those mortars. Now we shock the mortars because once the heavies get close in, they might choose to target the Zookas, and if we lose a whole bunch of Zookas on the landing strip, we're going to lose the battle. Here we've got Iron Will going as we're hitting some mines and flamethrowers, machine guns, which are pretty toxic to the heavies. They're going to die pretty fast if we let them get hit that way or get damaged significantly. Box of critters take down some mines, some Iron Will so we can run over those mines without killing everybody. And we've got some MVP Zookas over there on the left that we've got to keep alive. 3 down critters to take out that mine in front of them. And luckily the mortar is not going after the MVP Zookas, and they were able to take down the base. Meanwhile, the rest of the troops are now addressing the back of the base. We put a shock down to suppress that machine gun, others that would chew up our Zookas. Brick helpfully takes out the boom mine instead of the Zookas, and we've beaten the base a pretty good time. Oh, and he's retreated. Did not beat our base. Great. We had a little connectivity problem there. We're back. This is the battle of our opponent. So he chose to use battle orders, which on these bases with the mines is really dangerous choice. Look right there, he just lost half of his Zookas on 2 groups of mines. And he's got critters, he just didn't use them. Right now he should throw down a box of critters in the middle of all those mines, but he either doesn't have the energy or he didn't. And his remaining Zookas are going to get blown up by the mortars there. So anyway. Okay, let's go back into combat. Let's see what we get this time. Okay, so this guy's got an interesting base. He's got a line of mortars and cannons across the front. Again, the idea here that he's got is to try to have the mortars pick off a bunch of the Zookas on the landing area. And then he's got 2 strips of defensive weapons with an engine embedded in one of them on the left. So we're going to go with battle orders because the way the mines are placed, they're all way in the back, and we can use critter boxes to take down the mines. So, we can move faster through the base using battle orders and not have to worry so much about the mortars taking out the Zookas. So far it's gone pretty well. We landed the Zookas on a little bit of a delay just so that the mortars would key into the heavies and not the Zookas. Triggered battlers on the right, and unfortunately some of our heavies have run into the flamethrower machine gun on the far right there without any Zookas in support. Now finally the Zookas come up. So threw down a shock just to keep them alive and they didn't get too depleted. Now we have to throw down our critter boxes to try to get rid of all these mines. We took a pretty bad hit there. We're gonna have to throw down a health pack. Just lost our brick. Our Zookas on the right are really depleted. We got a group of mines there. That's really problematic. We have to throw down a health pack to bring it back some. Now we're going to throw a flare there to try to get them around these mines because there's really no other way. If we run over those mines, we're going to die. So the flare seems to have worked, and now we're addressing the headquarters, but with just a handful of Zookas, but that's enough. So we're down at 230. And we won because he didn't complete the base. So we've got a 3-time win streak. Let's see if we can keep it alive and go back into combat. All right, let's see what we've got here. Oh, we have another concentrated base. So we need to switch Brick back to Iron Will. And then we're just going to land our troops in front of the Zookas, the heavies in front of the Zookas, and just go at the base straight on. And our troops are going to spread out a little bit here. We're going to throw down some shocks. Now, shocks on concentrated bases are extremely effective in degrading the attacking ability of the base. And we're just going to keep doing that at the beginning because the mines are actually more in the back. And now we're going to start throwing down Iron Will, because as the heavies are starting to come up on the mines, we need to keep them alive. And he's got a laser there, so we got to worry about that a little bit. Luckily, the laser is not killing too many of our Zookas. It's really designed to get the Zookas. We're going to have to throw down a health pack and a shock to suppress the laser and bring back some of our Zookas that were damaged by the laser. Luckily, the laser's not that powerful. But if we throw down some critters there, hopefully the laser will turn around and start hitting the critters and not our Zookas. But anyway, it didn't work, but we did take down the laser finally, and the engine goes down. Pretty good time, 2 minutes and 37 seconds. So on these concentrated bases, if you get through the base, you're going to win. Of course, if you don't get through the base, you're going to lose. All right, we've got a 4 times win streak. Let's see if we can keep it going. So this guy's got a base very similar to mine, except that he's got a damage amplifier in the back. So we're going to land 2 heavies at an angle on the left and on the right, and then Zookas behind them. Throw down some critters to take out some of the key mines there. Boom mines there. And we're just gonna start chewing through this base. One group's gonna drift to the left, one group's gonna drift to the right. And luckily the heavies went over all the mines and none of our Zookas, so that worked out pretty well. Found some more critters to take out those 2 boom mines and the other mine in the middle. Again, our goal is to make sure that our Zookas don't run over the mines. A shock to suppress some machine guns that are amplified, which could really chew up our heavies pretty fast. And a health pack to try to bring back some of our Zookas. I'm very concerned about those mines. There's 3 more mines there, and there's no heavies in front of our whole group of right Zookas, so we're going to try to... No, too late. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much because we still have 3 heavies addressing the headquarters and a lot of Zookas. So pretty good time, 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Again, these concentrated bases don't really work out for the owner of them if you can get through the base. The idea is by concentrating the firepower on your troops that you don't make it through the base. So he's only got a handful of Zookas here, and my 2 sniper towers behind the last engine are devastating him. In fact, he didn't even complete the base. So that's pretty cool. So now we have a 5 times win streak. let's see what he did in attacking our base. So he threw down some critters to take out some of our mines. He's using Iron Will also. Health pack to bring back some of bazookas that ran over some mines in the middle. There's more right there that he's going to run over. Oops. That probably lost him the battle right there, having all those bazookas run over the mines. All right. Well, anyway, we saw the rest of that. So 5 times win streak. So let's see if we can keep it going. Okay, so this guy's got a group of defenses on the far right and a group on the far left, and we're just going to split our forces and go after them. And then we got to worry about trying to figure out how to take down all those mines in the middle with critters. And we're going to put brick down on the right because the defenses there are tougher, and we need a little bit of extra help to get through there without losing all of our heavies. Throwing on a shock because there's 2 flamethrowers there. That would be pretty hard to not lose a whole bunch of heavies to. And we're down to only 3 heavies on the left, 2 heavies on the left. That's not so good. And we do have 4 in the middle now. They're going to drift to the left, and we've got. Well, we had 1 heavy, now none, and we've got brick over there on the right. So since we're going to run over those boom mines, oh, our opponent has retreated. So as long as we can beat the base, actually we've already won. Look at that. Okay, so that's good. So we're using Iron Will to make sure that the machine guns don't destroy all our troops. And a shock to suppress that mortar, because the mortar is going to do some serious damage to our troops. Lost a whole bunch of bazookas there. We got enough, and now we've won. Well, it's easy from here for the bazookas to clear the last engine. About 2 minutes and 30 seconds. A pretty good time. Let's see what went wrong with his attack. So he used riflemen as a screen with rocket choppers. Interesting strategy. But as soon as the rifleman died, he doesn't have anything to screen his rocket choppers with. So very tough. Now he sees that I've beaten him, so he retreated. All right, 6 times win streak. Let's see if we can keep it going. Let's go back into battle. So this guy's got one of these bases where there's defenses that slant from left to right across the front, and we're just gonna throw down our left group to the left of that first sniper tower so that they kind of drift in there, and the right group will be to the right of that cannon. We're going to try to take out a few of those boom mines there, because that's going to take down most of our heavies on the right if we just let them out of there. We're going to have shock to suppress the flamethrower and machine on the cannon, so we can keep coming out that way. We're going to have shock on the left, but we're down to only one heavy there. We're down some critters, try to watch the cannon mines, and the whole pack of them back as weakers. That's good. We have 3 heavies now that drifted over the left side, so that's going to be really helpful. Well, he's got 3 rocket launchers on the far back here, so we got to really watch out because
And three heavies on the right, and rocket launchers is behind the vehicles. And we're out of energy. So we pretty much lost, and now we've lost all the troops on the right. One health pack there is pretty clutch, and luckily we've got three heavies now in front of our Zeus, so that the rocket launchers will continue to go after the heavies, and we clear the base. Again, 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
It's a pretty good time. All right, so we won. He's down to 2 minutes. Now he's less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So, and he's only got a handful of Zukas left. Oof. Yeah, I'm not sure he was even going to clear the base. And he doesn't even get his brick to retreat. He was using medics. Now, the upside of medics is that you don't have to throw it on health packs. The downside is that you don't have offensive attacking troops for that boat. So it lowers your speed of working through the base. So he did a pretty good job. Not sure about that flare. He did a pretty good job using critters to take down the mines. Keeps reflaring, which takes up a lot of time and allows my defenses to keep hitting him. All right. I mean, we've seen the rest of that. All right, well, here's my boss battle now, and I've got a 7 times win streak going. If I can win, I can get the level 18 chest and open up rocket launchers, which would be pretty super cool. So this guy's got 3 rocket launchers, one in the front, one on the left, and one in the far back. Also has a whole bunch of boom mines there, so I got to worry about throwing down some critters there to take those out. The 2 flamethrowers and the 2 machine guns on the right are going to do some serious damage to my heavies if I don't suppress them. So that first critter box was a little bit off. Got a bunch of the boom mines, but not enough. That one worked pretty well, and this is going to work out well. This took out almost all the rest of the mines. So I lost almost all the heavies that were originally on the right. And now we've just got to get our Zukas to clear those items, and the group on the right is going to come around and take out the back of the base. So as long as we just keep the shocks down, those group of Zukas are going to do their job, which is awesome. They did a great job there. One last critter box to take out all the rest of the mines. Health pack to try to save some of our Zukas from the 2 machine guns. And that rocket launcher in the back of the base is just rocking us. So I threw a flare there to try to get the heavies in front of the Zukas. Now I lost both my heavies and I'm down to just a handful of troops, but 1 health pack will offset the rocket launcher's impacts while the health pack is going. And hopefully that'll give us enough time to take down the base. Ooh, this is really close. Oh yeah, okay, well, just shows how important the rocket launchers are, because it was really difficult to take down that base. Now, bad MF did not complete my base, and that's super cool because I've won the boss battle, and now I'm level 18. I can get that chest and open up the rocket launcher node. So he's using 3 boats of heavies, 5 boats of rocket choppas, and brick, and he just doesn't have the energy to clear my base, gunboat energy to clear my base with that troop combination. He'll get this engine, but that's about it. All right, so that's how he lost. All right, super cool. Level 18, I get my chest. And let's see where we are on the U.S. leaderboard. 8 victories in a row got us to 124. Okay, with that chest, let's look at our options. You know, we could open up the gunboat or shock bomb to level 5, the mortar to level 5, the boom cannon to level 5. Could increase the gunboat energy, could increase the health pack to level 5. But I think these rocket launchers are absolutely the way to go. Now, the other option, of course, is to get the rocket choppas, but I just don't see the rocket choppas as being as important at the moment. So I'm going to open those up, and we've got the tokens to take that to level 2, which gives us 2 of them. Now let's talk about base design. Where would we put them? Now I'd like to have one in the corner there somewhere. I think it's best to have them at the back of the base, you know, after the heavies have been depleted. And I haven't seen anybody defeat my base yet with rocket choppas. Now I'm not totally happy with those places, so let me think about, you know, moving around a little bit. You know, one option is to swap the rocket launcher with one of those sniper towers, but my concern there is then you start leaving yourself open to rocket choppas coming in from the right side. And there isn't enough room to put the rocket choppa and the sniper tower behind the engine, so that's just not going to work. And we can't move the engine over because there's everything's packed tightly. Now that's a good spot, I think, because it's protected by 3 defensive weapons that are in front of it, so it's going to have more time to hit over the top of heavies at rocket launchers. And then I put the second engine similarly placed. All right, so we've got an 8 times win streak. Let's see if we can keep it going. All right, so this guy does not have a damage amplifier, does not have rocket launchers, and he's got that group of sniper towers slanting across the front from left to right. He's got a bunch of mines in the back of the base all nicely spread out. He's a global top 500 player. So I throw down a shock to suppress the flamethrower, machine gun, and cannon on the far right so that our heavies there aren't terribly depleted. And look at that, we have some MVP Zookas who peel off from the main group and go off to the far left side to start taking out the troops there. So that's pretty cool. And we threw down a shock to suppress the mortar and another one to suppress the second mortar and 2 machine guns. Because at the moment that's the most dangerous thing to what's going on here with my troops. I'm using Iron Will rather to make sure that my troops don't get killed as they go over mines, And my Zookas are going to need some help there as they run over those 3 mines. Oops, lost a few of them, but not all of them. The machine gun has taken the rest of them all out. But one last shock is available, and we've won, or at least beaten the base. So 233. Let's see about our opponent. Oh yeah, 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So, and he's barely hanging in there. 2 sniper towers. Looks, yep, took him down. Sweet. So we kept our win streak alive, and now we've got 9 in a row. Okay, well, I had some technical difficulty. I was filming the next battle live. However, something went wrong with the video recording, and it just didn't happen. So I'm showing you a replay here. This is me trying to keep my 9 times in a row win streak alive. Now, unfortunately, this guy's got 3 rocket launchers and a bunch of really well-placed mines. Some critter boxes there are helpful, and iron will there, trying to keep our guys alive. And the goal is to get our heavies in front, and we took down the headquarters, but close. I mean, we might have lost all of our troops there if we hadn't had some good timing on some of those things that we did. Here's our opponent's attack on our base. And again, he's using 3 boats of heavies, 5 boats of rocket choppers. Which, if he can clear the base, might actually be faster than the 4 heavy, 4 Zuka combination that I'm using, assuming that you are going to lose some Zukas along the way to mines. So he's flared directly to the HQ. He lost a bunch of rocket choppers, but he did bring down the base. However, it was not fast enough, and I got to 10 times win streak. And with that, I am number 80 on the U.S. leaderboard, 1 below my opponent, Lieutenant Dan, and reached the global leaderboard at number 489. Okay, well, hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. Give us a like on the video. And thanks as always to Hercules for the video editing.